Lululemon. You either love it or you hate it. But even if you don't like it, you can't deny that it's had an iron grip on the activewear industry for years. And they have so many core styles that it's easy to go back to time and time again. Not to mention they do have a quality promise program, and I have heard of people taking back pilled up lines and getting new ones. But like every brand, there's hits and misses. So let's go into store today and I'll show you what's worth your coin and what you should maybe skip. Even though I'm in the Lululemon Creator Network, you guys know I will give you nothing but brutally honest reviews. I'm not here to sell you hot garbage. We're going to look at selections from the men's and women's side. We're going to take a deep dive on the fabric, the sewing, and the fit with some try-ons. And if you're new here, my name is Jen and I make fashion reviews and fashion commentary videos here on YouTube. I also make short form content for TikTok and I post my outfits on Instagram. So make sure you follow me on those different platforms if you haven't already. Now let's get started with the video. Today I dragged along my husband to check out the men's selection. And this man is Lululemon's biggest fan. I swear he single-handedly keeps their stock prices up. Because literally, and I mean literally, all of his casual clothes are from here. So I asked him what his top picks were, and immediately he said the ABC pant. And he means the classic fit trouser. I think he has a pair of these in every single color available. And he says he loves them so much because they're comfortable, they're easy to style, and he really likes the fit. He will wear these to work. He doesn't even wear jeans anymore. He just wears these all the time. Now I will say the sewing on these pants is impeccable. Let's talk about the materials. These are 53% elasto multiester, which is actually a polyester fiber that's stretchy, and they're also 47% recycled polyester. So essentially they're 100% polyester pants. But they do have stretch compared to regular polyester, which does not. And I think that's what makes them so comfortable. Because they're polyester, they're also sweat wicking. But I think I agree with my husband here, they are a great everyday pant with high utility. And they also come in slim fit and relaxed fit if you don't like the classic fit. And look at him go, he wants to pick up another pair, even though I'm pretty sure the ones he's looking at are the same as the ones he's wearing. Another Lulu item that my husband loves is their socks, especially the ankle ones. He buys them in the multi-pack because he loves them so much. And here he's showing me how they have rubber in the back so they're anti-slip. He also really loves this down for all hoodie. This is a light jacket that's filled with some down and some polyester. And it looks like the body is a mix of polyester and nylon and elastane. And he wears this all the time. And he loves it so much because it's lightweight and it's easy to style. My brother actually has it too, but in navy. We didn't see this particular one in store today, but they have other down vests and jackets that I think are worth your money. But I will say it's pretty pricey, and if you're looking to spend a little less, Uniqlo's Ultralight Down is a great dupe. And lastly, these License to Train shirts are a staple in his closet. He must have over 10 of these. So these shirts are a mix of different fibers, recycled polyester, nylon, elastane, and X-static nylon. And the X-static nylon is what makes these so special. So what is X-static nylon? So X-static yarns and threads are inherently anti-static. They're also anti-odor because it's bonded with silver. And what the silver does is that it inhibits bacteria and mold growth, and that's how it controls odor. And if you look closely at the fabric, it's also got tiny holes dispersed throughout, which means that this fabric is probably more breathable than your typical polyester nylon blend fabric. And it's details like these that show me the designers and engineers of these products actually put thought into making a product more functional. And I think it was a really smart addition to add the X-static fibers into this fabric because polyester, nylon, and elastane are all synthetic fibers, and we know they tend to attract odor. Synthetics are usually petroleum-based products, and as an oil-based product, they attract body oils as well, which carry odor. We also saw some knitwear in store today that I haven't seen before. These are alpaca wool blend crew neck sweaters. Now these are a mix of merino wool, alpaca, and polyamide, and also elastane, which isn't too different than the typical high fashion sweater. But when I touched them in store, they were much rougher than I expected. And that surprised me because merino is usually very soft. But these were super coarse and I don't think they're worth almost $200. So I can appreciate they're trying something new, but I think skip the knitwear for now. I feel like for the menswear, it hasn't really changed in the last couple of years. They have a really solid selection of core items that my husband loves and he keeps repurchasing. I can't say the same for the lady side. There is a much higher selection for women, but as I browsed through the selection, I saw a lot of stuff that I would never buy. So let's get into it. Starting with the soft stream perfectly oversized crop crew. Now listen, I see the appeal, I see the vision, I really do. And at one point I really wanted to buy these, because if you ever touch one, you know how soft they are. But when you look at the materials, they're a mix of polyester, modal, and elastane. So polyester we know being odor attracting, Modal, being a semi-synthetic made from beech trees, is not inherently sustainable, but that's what gives it this awesome soft hand feel. We also know that semi-synthetics aren't the most durable. Lastly, there's some elastic for stretch, which is fair. So all this combined makes me highly suspicious that the sweater is not going to look the same after a few washes. And some of the color offerings are garment dye, which means they've been dyed after they're sewn, and that's why they look a little faded around the seams. Personally, I'm not a fan of this look. I feel like it makes the sweater look really old, but some people are into the worn-in vintage look, so completely up to you. But these are not for me. Something else I would skip is their basics. So the long sleeve tees, the tanks, the t-shirts. But again, we know modal is really soft, but it's not very durable. So there's no reason to spend almost $70 on a long sleeve t-shirt that's probably not going to last that long. Same for these Love Crews and Love Tanks. They are made from Pima cotton and elastane. And Pima cotton is considered to be a superior type of cotton with longer staple fibers. Usually that makes these shirts very smooth to the touch. It also makes them more durable. But I don't see any reason you should spend $50 on a t-shirt when you can get the same high quality Pima cotton at Uniqlo for half the price. And believe me, I was a sucker. I have purchased $50 t-shirts from Lululemon before. So I'm speaking from personal experience that the $50 price tag does not mean they're higher quality. And now I pretty much get all my t-shirts from Uniqlo. And no, this video is not sponsored by Uniqlo. I also saw this sparkly scuba sweater, which I wasn't really a fan of because the sparkly texture is from plastic fibers being woven into the fabric. I guess it's meant to be festive, but I feel like there's better ways to do it than with a scuba hoodie. When I saw this size cinch grip cardigan, I thought this must be a joke because it's giving garage and it's $78 and the materials are modal and elastane. So soft but not durable. And the cinch detail is trademarked fast fashion. And I suspect they're maybe trying to compete with Aloe, who is putting out more trendy styles, but I really wasn't a fan of this. I feel like with these designs, maybe they're forgetting their target audience, because I always thought the target audience of Lululemon skewed a little bit older, but with the introduction of this cinch design, maybe they're trying to include the kids, I don't know. Moving on to this fleece zip-up. Personally, I would never buy fleece, anything, because it's usually polyester. And then they get matted and they look really bad after a few washes. And as suspected, the body is 100% polyester, but the lining is cotton and elastane. I will say the lining looks quite good. It was installed properly, cut to size. The zipper wasn't bulky, the sewing was neat. So all things I expect from Lululemon. The fleece was quite soft, but like I said, after a few washes, that fleece is gonna get matted, it's gonna get clumpy, it's not gonna look cute. Now moving on to things that I will actually consider buying. I picked up a few things and we're gonna try them on. And I don't know why, but I was kind of feeling ballet core. I actually don't wear a lot of pink, but I was just drawn to the bubblegum pinks and lavenders all of a sudden. So starting with the Align high neck tank top and the Align leggings. And these are both made from a Nulu fabric, so it's a brushed elastane and nylon blend. Now I've purchased Aligns in the past and they have pilled. And I think it's because of the brush texture of the fabric. When the fabric is brushed, that means there's fibers sticking out on the surface, and that's what gives them the soft hand feel. But over time, in the wash, through exposure to heat and friction, these fibers on the surface are going to rub against each other and form little balls, and that's pilling. So even though Lululemon has a good return policy where you can exchange your old Aligns, I just haven't bought any since. But these flared Aligns have been trending recently, so I wanted to try them on. And I didn't realize they have two different lengths, but I'm trying on the regular. I probably should have gone with the short though. One thing that Lululemon does well is that the construction of the garments are always impeccable. I don't think I've ever seen crooked stitching or loose threads on their garments. Just look at these seams, they are perfection. And underneath the tank is a sports bra design. It does give you light support, and as you can see, it's completely seamless under the tank. So I really like the design of these, but I'm just nervous about the fabric. And the flare leggings I think look so funny on me, because they're really tight through the mid-calf and then they flare, but they just look loose and kind of saggy. And I thought it's just because I had big calves or something, but it actually looks the same on the model. I will say the lines are really comfortable and they're really good for maybe lounging, but these are no way a endurance or performance legging. They do feel really soft, they hug you nicely, they make your bum look good, they tuck your tummy in. All the good stuff, I see the appeal, I really do. I'm just way too lazy to try to exchange them after a few washes and they're all pilled. And yes, I do wash them in cold water and I do hang dry. They still pill, so don't try to gaslight me in the comments saying that I'm washing them wrong. Moving on to their famous scuba hoodie. I actually have the full zip. My mom gave it to me last year for Christmas and I really like it. And I thought the quarter zip was so cute. I've been wanting this for a while. It does have more polyester in it than I would like, but decided to try it on anyway. I saw this electric blue color in store which I really loved. I didn't see online. All the sewing is straight. I love the rib detail. I feel like it adds a little bit of extra texture, but I feel like these are way thinner than the scubas of the past. And I feel like they're not as structured and not as sturdy. Like, am I dreaming? Can someone confirm this? Or is it just me? But when I put it on, I mean, it's still pretty cute. It just felt so thin and kind of flimsy. Love the big pockets. I like it otherwise. But it doesn't sit right with me that they made the newer versions worse than the older versions. And I don't think I will buy any more scubas unless they change it back to the old one. Which they probably wouldn't because capitalism. So if you know of any other sweatshirts that look like this but are kind of reminiscent of the old scubas, let me know in the comments. Moving on to the original Align tank and these Wonder Train leggings. I have purchased 2 Align tanks in the past, I feel like maybe a year or over a year ago, and the fabric was really smooth, and I haven't had a problem with pilling, but these are also Nulu fabric and that makes me nervous. Their Wonder Trains, however, are a different fabric. So this is a Everlux fabric, not Nulu, and the lasting content is higher than the Align. I much prefer the Wonder Trains because they're smoother on the surface. I've never had issues with pilling with them. And since they have higher lasting content, they have more compression. These are the ones you want to buy if you do high intensity workouts. I find that they don't roll down, they don't slip down. And if you're wearing seamless underwear, you don't really see panty lines with these. That being said, compared to the lines, they're not as soft, so they're not as comfortable. But I would rather have leggings that don't pill. Similar to the high top Align, these also have the built-in sports bra. The sewing is great, they do look seamless. It does look cute on, but I'm just not sure if they're gonna pill on me. I also grabbed a ribbed version to try on, but after looking at them in more detail, this ribbed fabric just grabs onto dirt like no tomorrow. You see all the white flakes? I already know that's gonna bother me, so I didn't even bother trying them on. I imagine it's pretty similar to the regular
But all in all,
I would buy Wonder Trains any time of day. I actually really like the pink and lavender combo. I think it's really girly and cute, but I didn't end up getting this pair of leggings today just because I have some at home already. Now, I haven't seen Lululemon sell bodysuits before, so I was intrigued. This is the Wondermost Ultra Soft Nulu Square Neck Long Sleeve Bodysuit. Now that's a mouthful. It doesn't have the fabric composition on the website, strange, but it's Nulu, so it's probably nylon and elastane. I did take a video of the tag and we can see it is nylon and elastane. And we already know how we feel about Nulu. Is this gonna pill? Is it not? We don't know. They feel very similar to Aligns and the sewing was straight, so all good things I expect when it comes to Lululemon. The fabric was comfortable and it had a fair amount of compression. I do like that it has snap closures, but when I tried it on, you can see really terrible puckering at the shoulder seam. And I thought the puckering was just because it didn't fit me properly, but looking back at a mannequin, it was also puckering on her. So this is a hard no for me. They really need to revisit their fitting. Moving on to the Swiftly tees. I have heard a lot of good reviews about these. I don't personally have one. And I feel like this is the female equivalent of the License to Train t-shirts, because these also contain the X-Static nylon, and the fabric is also porous. But when I tried it on, I didn't feel like it was the most flattering. I do like the color, but I feel like if it was shorter or more fitted at the waist, it would be much cuter. I feel like in theory it's a good shirt though. The last thing I tried on is their Define jacket. This is a Luon fabric, but it feels very similar to Nulu. I actually do have a Define jacket. I bought it maybe a year or 2 years ago, but the ones in store surprised me because they're so much thinner. I will say the sewing is still very good. They have all the same features as my old one, the thumb holes, the zippers, but the material was just so thin. It does still have good compression, it kind of snatches your waist in. I think this is also known as the viral BBL jacket, but the material was just so thin, I don't think it's worth it anymore. Is it just me or has anyone else noticed this? I mean, even if it was still the same as the old Define jackets, I don't think I would buy another one. Just because I barely wear the one I have now. Like, yes, it snatches you in, but I don't find them that comfortable. And if you wear anything then a tank top underneath, sleeves kind of bunch up, it's bumpy looking, it's just not cute. Now, another thing I've had my eye on is their Wonder Puffs. I'm not on the market for a down jacket right now, but I feel like these are great. They're pretty reasonable price, especially if you can get them on sale like this vest. The sewing on these is all really fantastic. There is a good amount of down in these jackets, it's quite puffy. This drawstring feature underneath, snap buttons, big pockets, all in all really good line. So maybe this is something I would purchase in the future. And that's a wrap on today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one, and if you're interested in purchasing anything that I recommended in this video, I will put affiliate links down below. And let me know which brand I should review next in the comments. Until next time, bye!